Let's get real for a moment. How many times have you seen men lose themselves chasing women, only to end up feeling empty, unfulfilled, and far from the life they envisioned? It's a story as old as time. The truth is, a man's true power lies in his purpose, not in the validation he gets from women. When you build your life around chasing fleeting relationships, you're playing a losing game. But when you prioritize your purpose, your mission, your goals, your dreams, you become unstoppable. Women are naturally drawn to men who have a vision, who know where they're going, and who won't compromise their path for anyone. When a man is on his grind, when he's focused on becoming the best version of himself, everything else falls into place. It's not about neglecting relationships, it's about understanding that your purpose must come first. Now, this isn't just advice. It's a principle of life that separates the average from the exceptional. Men who master this mindset don't just attract women, they attract respect, wealth, and fulfillment. So, if you're tired of feeling lost, if you're ready to start winning in life, it's time to stop chasing and start building. Because when a man chooses his purpose over women, he doesn't just survive, he thrives. Let's break down why purpose is so powerful. Purpose gives your life direction. It's the North Star that keeps you moving forward, even when times get tough. Without it, you're like a ship lost at sea, drifting aimlessly with no destination. And here's the kicker. Women can sense when a man lacks direction. It's an energy thing. Confidence isn't just about how you look or talk. It's about knowing who you are and where you're going. When your life revolves around seeking validation from women, you give away your power. You become reactive instead of proactive, constantly adjusting yourself to fit someone else's expectations. But when you're locked in on your purpose, everything changes. You start making decisions based on what aligns with your goals, not what might win you temporary approval. This mindset attracts high-value women who respect and admire a man with a vision. The irony is, the less you chase, the more you attract. Purpose is magnetic. It builds a gravitational pull that draws opportunities, wealth, and yes, even women into your orbit. Men who grasp this truth understand that women are not the goal, they're part of the journey. Master your purpose and you'll master your life. One of the biggest mistakes men make is thinking they need to choose between success and relationships. The truth is, when you prioritize your purpose, the right relationships will naturally align. Let's be clear. Purpose-driven men don't ignore women, they just don't let women distract them from their mission. A man without a mission is a man who's easily swayed by emotions, temptations, and societal expectations. But a man on a mission is a force of nature, unshakable, disciplined, and focused. When you're building something meaningful, you become less available, and that scarcity makes you more valuable. Women admire men who have standards, who don't drop everything at the first sign of interest. It's not about playing games. It's about maintaining your frame. When your purpose is your priority, it naturally filters out the women who don't align with your vision. The ones who stay are those who support and respect your grind. This is how high-value relationships are formed, on the foundation of mutual respect, not neediness or desperation. So stop letting fleeting desires derail your long-term goals. Invest in your skills, your mindset, and your mission first. When you do, you'll attract women who add value to your life, not distractions. Let's talk about discipline, the backbone of every man who wins in life. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievement, and it's built by consistently choosing purpose over pleasure. The world is full of distractions, and for most men, women are the ultimate test. It's easy to get sidetracked by temporary satisfaction, but true power comes from the ability to delay gratification. Think about it. While most men are wasting hours swiping on dating apps, purpose-driven men are building skills, investing, and leveling up. They're in the gym, in the books, or working late to bring their vision to life. It's not because they don't want companionship, it's because they understand the cost of distractions. The harsh truth is, the time you waste chasing women is time you could be investing in becoming a man worth chasing. Discipline demands sacrifices, but those sacrifices pay dividends. Women might admire a man's looks or charm temporarily, but they respect a man's discipline permanently. When you master yourself, you command respect. both from others and from the woman you eventually choose to be with. It's about choosing what you want most over what you want now, because at the end of the day, it's the disciplined men who dominate every aspect of life, business, health, and relationships. Here's a powerful truth. A man who chooses his purpose over women earns respect, not just from others, but from himself. Self-respect is the cornerstone of confidence, and it comes from knowing you're committed to a path that's bigger than your immediate desires. When you live with integrity and follow through on your commitments, you build unshakable self-respect. Women notice this. Confidence isn't something you can fake. It's a byproduct of confidence and self. When you're out there building, learning, and evolving, you naturally walk with a different energy. One that says, I don't need validation because I validate myself. This energy is magnetic. Men who lack purpose often find themselves bending over backward to impress women, saying yes when they mean no, and sacrificing their values for a shot at approval. But here's the thing, what you chase runs away. When you're grounded in your purpose, you're not chasing, you're attracting. The right women will respect a man who respects himself enough to say no, to hold his ground, and to choose his mission over momentary pleasure. This isn't about arrogance. It's about setting the standard for how you live your life. Self-respect demands that you protect your time, energy, and focus because you understand that your mission is bigger than any temporary temptation. Let's get something straight. Choosing your purpose over women doesn't mean living a lonely life. In fact, it's the opposite. When you're focused on your mission, you naturally attract people, including women, who align with your vision. This is where quality over quantity comes into play. Purpose-driven men don't need to juggle countless relationships to feel validated because they're already fulfilled by their mission. This mindset allows them to be more selective, choosing partners who genuinely support their goals rather than distract from them. Think about it. A man who's building an empire doesn't have time for drama, mind games, or surface-level connections. He's too busy making moves that matter. High-value women recognize this and are drawn to it, not because of the man's money or status, but because of his clarity and conviction. When a man is clear on his path, he doesn't need to chase. This clarity not only attracts the right women, but also filters out the wrong ones effortlessly. It's about building a life so rich with purpose that anyone who enters has to add value, not chaos. When you embrace this mindset, you stop fearing loneliness because you understand that solitude with a mission is more fulfilling than company without one. Your purpose becomes your anchor, keeping you grounded, focused, and immune to the distractions that pull most men off course. Here is a hard truth. Most men fail not because they lack potential, but because they lack focus. When your attention is scattered, split between chasing women, scrolling endlessly, and jumping from one thing to another, your progress is paralyzed. Focus is the superpower that separates the men who win from the ones who wish. Purpose gives you that focus. It acts as a filter, helping you eliminate anything that doesn't serve your mission. The more you narrow your focus, the faster you progress. This isn't just about cutting out distractions, it's about aligning every action with your ultimate vision. Men who prioritize their purpose are relentless. They don't waste energy on things that don't move the needle forward. This kind of focus is rare, and it's why purpose-driven men rise to the top in every field. Women, too, are drawn to this energy. When you have a clear vision and the discipline to pursue it, it's evident in everything you do, from the way you walk into a room to the way you handle challenges. Focus not only accelerates your path to success, but also commands respect and admiration from those around you. It sends a clear message. You know what you want, and you won't stop until you get it. In a world full of distractions, men who master focus are the ones who truly dominate. Let's talk about legacy. The ultimate goal of any man who chooses his purpose over fleeting pleasures. Legacy is about leaving something behind that outlives you, whether it's a business, a movement, or an impact that changes lives. Most men live paycheck to paycheck, not just financially, but also mentally, chasing short-term highs instead of building long-term wealth, both in money and meaning. Purpose-driven men, however, play the long game. They understand that every sacrifice, every late night, Every moment spent grinding is an investment in a future that can't be taken away. Women are drawn to men who think this way because a man with a legacy mindset radiates security, stability, and strength. He's not just thinking about the next date or the next year. He's thinking about the next decade. This vision creates an unshakable confidence that's impossible to fake. When you prioritize your legacy, you stop making decisions based on immediate gratification and start making choices that align with the man you want to be remembered as. This mindset shift changes everything. From the way you handle money to the way you approach relationships, it's about building something that stands the test of time, something that can't be swayed by opinions, breakups, or setbacks. Because in the end, true success isn't measured by what you have, it's measured by what you leave behind. Let's get practical. How do you actually prioritize your purpose over women? It starts with designing your day with intention. The average man drifts through life, reacting to whatever comes his way: texts, distractions, emotions. Purpose-driven men, on the other hand, wake up with a plan. They have a morning routine that primes them for success, goals that are broken down into actionable steps, and a schedule that reflects their priorities. If you're spending more time scrolling through social media than working on your skills, you're not serious about your purpose. Time is your most valuable asset, and every minute wasted is a minute you'll never get back. Discipline is the guardrail that keeps you on track. It's not about living a boring life. It's about building the life you want, one focused hour at a time. High-value women notice this level of discipline and find it irresistible. When you respect your own time, others will too. This doesn't mean you cut out relationships entirely. It means you set boundaries. You can still date, still have a social life, but never at the expense of your mission. Make it a rule, no distractions until your priorities are handled. Because at the end of the day, the man who controls his time controls his life. Purpose isn't something you find, it's something you build day by day, action by action. Here's the bottom line: men who choose their purpose over women don't just win, they change the game entirely. They're the ones who build empires, create legacies, and live lives that others only dream about. When you prioritize your mission, you naturally become the type of man who inspires others, who leads by example, and who attracts the right people into his life, both in business and in love. You stop settling for less because you understand that the ultimate betrayal is betraying your own potential. The truth is, most men will never unlock their full capabilities because they're too distracted by short-term mirror pleasures. But the few who choose to master their focus, discipline, and purpose, they're the ones who redefine what's possible. This isn't about becoming cold or unfeeling. It's about becoming the man you were meant to be. A man who lives with purpose, who loves with intention, and who leads with conviction. So the choice is yours. Keep chasing distractions or start building your destiny. Choose wisely, because every day you waste is a day you'll never get back. Embrace the grind, commit to your mission, and watch how everything else falls into place. In the end, men who choose their purpose over women don't just survive, they thrive. It's time to make that choice and start winning at life.